What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. And here we are with the Z Fold 4 in the VRS Design Terra Guard Active case. And as you can tell by the title of this video, we will be unboxing the Z Fold 4, installing the Terra Guard Active case, and booting up the whole kit. Now, as for this device, there will be much to talk about in the future, so it'll be featured on the newly created Z Fold 4 playlist, so you can find information related to this topic quickly and easily. As always, we only feature products or services I buy, use, or am interested in. And you can find the Z Fold 4 related items and items shown in this video at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are with the Z Fold 4 unboxing, and the lid is going to slide off nice and smoothly once you've cut the tape on the underside of the box. Now, depending on your unboxing experience, you may find a product packet on top of your Z Fold 4, or you may find it stuck in the top lid, and we can just remove it by pulling it out. Now, you'll want to make sure that you hold on to this packet as it includes a few essentials. So what we have here is a USB-C to USB-C cable. Then we have our quick start guide with terms and conditions. And then we have our SIM card tray ejector pin tool. Now, there are two commonalities when it comes to this unboxing. First, we have, again, this USB-C to USB-C cable. It's very generic looking. It doesn't even have Samsung branding on it. It would have been nice to have that, but we're also not going to get a power adapter. Now, that is very common nowadays, and if you are looking for a better or cooler USB-C cable, or a power adapter like this Anker Nano 2, which works really well, and it's got 45 watt capability, which means you'll be able to use the super fast charging. You can find these items at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. Returning to the Z Fold 4, it's going to lift out of the box with this convenient pull tab, and we'll set this to the side. So I believe the best way to do this is, you see we have this tab here, we can push down on that. But I'm actually going to flip over here. We actually have another tab right here, and I'm going to pull on that. We're just going to work it here, and then we're going to flip over, and then we're going to flip over again. And then ideally, the rest should just peel off here. I try to save the protective film. But there is the device with the plastic peeled off. Now, before we boot up the Z Fold 4, we do want to talk cases. Now, again, we will be installing the VRS Design Terra Guard Active case on the Z Fold 4 for this video, but I wanted to mention other cases. Now, we couldn't make it through this video without mentioning the Samsung case that ships with the Z Fold 4 this year, and this is the standing cover with pen, which is a huge upgrade to the case that shipped with the Z Fold 3 last year, the flip cover with pen. The flip cover with pen was just horrible. You wouldn't even want to use it as a last resort. It wasn't worth looking at. But the standing cover with pen is a lot better this year, although it lacks hinge protection. Now, Samsung does offer other cases on their website that are Samsung branded, and they look really nice, but we are again going to lack that hinge protection. Now, a good alternative to the VRS Design Terra Guard Active will be the Spigen Tough Armor, which I've used on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. This case doesn't have as much hinge protection as the Terra Guard Active, but it does provide, I would estimate, 90% hinge protection, and it's going to fit best in controllers and mounts because it actually lays flat when you have the Z Fold 4 unfolded. So let's talk more about the VRS Design Terra Guard Active. Now, the lid is going to slide off smoothly once you've cut the tape on the underside of the packaging. And then we have our product information. Now, interesting enough about this kit is that we do have a screen protector included. That's what's in this envelope. And underneath this envelope will be the VRS Design Terra Guard Active case. Now, if you're new to the Z Fold series, there is a common theme when it comes to cases, and that is normally they come as a two-piece kit. So you'll have the back portion, which clicks into place on the back of the Z Fold where the camera module would be, and then you have a front portion, which clicks into place on what you would call the cover display. Now, some of these kits also have stickers. You can see these orange items here. These are stickers they help keep the case in place better. We have to remember when we're folding and unfolding a foldable, the case might slide out of place. These are here to prevent that. Now you may not want to use these if you're like me and you like to take your case off often to clean it, but that comes at the compromise that the case may slide out of place. So for this video, I'll be skipping these, but again, you can use these if you wanted to. Now again, the Terra Guard Active features hinge protection, which is demonstrated by actually pushing here. You can see this portion in the back that my thumb and pointer finger are on that is flexing. That's going to be the hinge cover here. I'm going to turn this so you can get another angle. You can see how this works. This has a spring-loaded quality to it. So when you actually open the phone, this is going to come down just like so. Now if we had the front of the case installed, we would get a teeter-totter effect possibly. So something to keep in mind with these cases that have this hinge protection, there is that teeter-totter effect. Now it may not be this extreme. I may be over-exaggerating it here. Now when you go to fold the phone up, this is going to come back towards the phone. Now it doesn't look like it's going to come all the way, but I assure you once this is actually installed, this is going to actually butt up against that phone portion there with the hinge. So now I'm going to install the Terra Guard Active on the Z Fold 4, but what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to fold the Z Fold 4 closed. You can see that I'm actually wearing gloves here too. That keeps the oils off the phone, and I have a dog too, so that keeps any hair that might get stuck on my fingers away from the phone as well. So I am going to take the back portion of the case here. You can see that we have that cutout for the camera module. Before we move on, I do want to mention, you can see that we have this glossy appearance on the side of the Z Fold 4. That's different than what we have on the Z Fold 3. But I'm going to place this into the case just like so, and then we can just kind of push it into place. Now this phone is actually fairly durable, so don't worry about pushing it into the case here. And we want to make sure that we get it fully seated, push it along the edge. You can also close the phone here, and you can see that we have that back portion on. You just want to push it, make sure it's fully seated here, and you can see actually how that hinge is working. Now we're going to take the front of the case here, and we're going to do the same thing. You may have to pull back on this hinge, generally I do, and then same thing, we're just going to push it into place here just like so, and then make sure that this is actually fully seated on the front of the Z Fold 4. And there you go, that would be the installation. Quick and easy, looks really good, unfolds fairly well. Now again, we may have this teeter-totter effect, so case is open, we have that large main display showing, but this is the teeter-totter effect that you get with a case like this. So something to keep in mind, if you don't want this teeter-totter effect, you would want to go with a case like the Spigen Tough Armor, where it lays flat. And again, because we have that hinge protection, this isn't going to fit the best in mounts and controllers, because you can see that this isn't completely flat. So those are a few things to keep in mind. Now I will say before we move on, again, we had that tape that was included, but I think we're going to be okay here. I mean, when you fold and unfold these devices, it's not like the case portions just slide off out of place easily. It takes time. This actually stays in place really well, and I love the look and feel of the VRS design Terra Guard Active. Again, it looks very cyberpunk, futuristic. We'll pull it a little closer here. Love this look, just looks very tactical. And then we have the screen protector. Now I go ahead and spray a little fluid on my device. Some people don't do this. I feel like it makes it a little bit easier. And then we're going to grab our display protector, going to peel off that back film there. And trust me, if I can do this, you can do this. I have a dog, he sheds like crazy, and I am able to make this happen. Now working with the fluid is going to make things easier, because you can actually slide this around a little bit if you don't drop it into place perfectly the first time. Then I go ahead, I spray a little bit more fluid on the front here, and then I use a squeegee tool. Now this one might be a little too big, but we're going to try. And we're just going to squeegee out the fluid here the best we can. And these generally aren't bad to do, but when you have a Pomsky or a dog that sheds a lot, it is a challenge to get one of these installed perfectly. Now, when it comes to installing these, it's a test of patience too. Again, we're going to try to squeegee out most of the fluid here and most of everything that's in there. But if it doesn't all go tonight, and this is actually going really good, we can just let it sit. A lot of it kind of works its way out, and then we could revisit it tomorrow and squeegee a little more. So you don't have to worry about getting this right on the first night. You can see that's getting pretty good though. You know, we still got some moisture in there. That's going to be the thing here. You're going to have moisture. But I absolutely recommend installing a display protector on the cover display because it's exposed to the elements. It also, in my opinion, it looks like the display wears a little bit just from where your finger constantly moves. For me, I know my finger's constantly moving here. So on my Z Fold 3, because I didn't install a display protector, I got like a smudge there. And cleaning the phone helps, but it's just kind of an annoyance to see that. At least if that is the case, like maybe some of the coating wears off and we have a display protector. We just remove the display protector and throw on a new one. So I'm going to leave this as is. I'm pretty happy with it for now. Of course, I'm going to revisit it. You wouldn't want yours to actually finish up looking like this, but this is a good start, and when I revisit it, it should get better. Now, let's actually go ahead and start this up. So I am going to open up here, and we are going to press and hold on the power button. And this way you can get an idea of how long it takes to start up. So here we are at the main screen. So we're going to tap Start. And these are terms and conditions. We're going to agree to all. And then you would add your Wi-Fi network. And now we're searching for the eSIM for mobile plans. So for the time being, we're going to skip this eSIM mobile plan page. So I'm going to tap Skip. And then we're going to connect, check for updates, and get the phone ready. Now, I like to start my devices basically from scratch so I don't copy my apps and data. And then we have the Google Services page, so we will accept. And then we have our login methods. Now, I'm going to skip this for now. And we're going to skip anyways. And then we can access the assistant with Hey Google. So I'm going to scroll down and tap I agree. And then we can access the assistant without unlocking device. So we're going to tap I agree. Again, we're going to get this phone ready. Now we can sign in with a Samsung account, but I'm going to sign in with Google. And then we have Samsung services that we're going to agree to. And then we have some tips for taking care of your phone. We're going to tap next. And we're all set up, so we're going to click finish. So there we have it, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 unboxed and started up, and we have that VRS design Terra Guard Active case protecting it. Now there is going to be a lot to cover for this device, so make sure you stay tuned. But that is pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways you could support the channel. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way to show your support is just by sharing this video with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way to show your support is just by clicking on that subscribe button. Now, liking and subscribing are important because those are ways to vote on whether you like the content. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. As always, thanks for watching, and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checking out. Yeah.